Last year, YouTube decided to revive storytime animation. New channels blow up overnight. First video hit 1.5 million views, going from zero to a career in like 3 months. And as someone who watched a lot of this stuff, it's great. I love it. But what if it's not that great for the creators? What if going viral in your first video might be the worst thing that could happen to you as a new YouTuber? And I know how that sounds, just hear me out. If you've been uploading videos for a while and they barely get 100 views, it stings, I know this feeling. But let's walk through what actually happens where you go viral and everything is sunshine and rainbows. So you are a new creator. Maybe you've got a job, maybe you're in school, maybe you've just been sitting on this story or this idea for a while and you finally dare to put it out there. You upload the video not expecting much and then it blow up. And at first it feels incredible, it feels amazing. But then after the adrenaline rush fades out and the comments start asking when the next video is coming, you'll realize you have to make another one, and as soon as possible, because now you have an audience, an actual audience. Congratulations. And your brain, which has never dealt with this before, doesn't know how to handle it. Like hundreds of thousands of views doesn't feel like just a number, it feels like hundreds of thousands of eyeballs watching, waiting. And even though deep down you know most of those people have already moved on and forgotten you exist, it doesn't feel that way. So you panic, drop everything, you tell yourself this is the moment, you can't waste it, you have to capitalize on this. You stop sleeping properly, you cancel things, you pour everything, and I mean everything, into this second video. It has to be good, it has to be even better than the first one. Because that's what your audience expecting from you right now, or that's what you think. Finally, after a while, you finish it, you upload, and wait. And it gets, let's say, 5,000 views. 5,000 views, really good number. In literally any other context. For a channel that just started out, that's huge. That's real people watching something you made. But you just came from 500,000. So 5,000 feels like nothing. Even though the second video is probably way better, you tried harder, you did your best. Technically, as a piece of content, it's more refined than the first one. But none of that shows up in numbers. And right now, numbers are the only thing you're measuring your success with. So by video 3, maybe you're already spiraling a little bit, because I've seen views drop even more in the third video, and maybe you'll start wondering if the first video was just good luck. If you got lucky once and that's it, that's your one shot and it's already over. And trying to create with the whole audience in your mind without anxiety, it's really, really hard. In early stages of making videos, views are kind of terrible way to measure your own growth. And YouTube is literally all about views, like if there's no views, what is the point of making videos? But when you are just starting, the thing that really matters is, are you getting better? Is your editing clearer than it was 2 videos ago? Does your storytelling improve even a little bit? Are you figuring out your pacing, getting faster at making videos? Are you learning what works for you and what doesn't? That's, in my opinion, growth, and later on come the views. And I know that I'm a new YouTuber and I don't have enough experience to give advice or to know exactly how YouTube works, but everything I say is from my observation of ton of YouTube channels. It is almost impossible to see clearly when you are starting a few accounts that peaked way too early. So all you need is to be patient and time to build community. What your viral first video gave you is traffic. And the difference between traffic and community is something you only really understand after you have experienced both. Traffic responds to an eye-catching thumbnail, an interesting title, while community builds slowly over time. Building a community of 1,000 people, 1,000 actual people who watch every time you post and leave real comments, remember things you said in previous video, that's worth so much more than 100,000 passive viewers who clicked once and never again. Community what keeps a channel alive long term. And the second reason why you don't want your first video to blow up, all that happened was just the first reason. But anyway, is that your new audience will kinda shape your content. Let's say your first video was a story about working at a fast food restaurant and it exploded, and your comment section is filled of how relatable your experience is, and it got people talking and sharing their own stories, which is a good thing, it's great. that will encourage you to make another one about the same topic, because why not? If it works, it works. Why change it, right? But do you remember before you started when you had like 6 other ideas you were really excited about, different things you wanted to try, different topics, stuff that felt more personal or more interesting to you. And now all of those ideas feel too risky to try, because what if your audience doesn't want that? What if you switch up and the views drop? You already knows what works. It's safer to just stay in that lane. So you make another video about the same thing, and another one, and slowly with time, you've put yourself in a box out of an anxiety of not wanting to lose the traction. Every creator needs experimental phase, a period where you experience different topics, things that are kinda all over the place, till you figure out what you actually enjoy making. And that phase only works when the stakes feel low. You can try something and totally flop. You can make a video that gets 80 views and go, okay, that doesn't work, no big deal. And I know you have to pick niche before you start YouTube. I don't mean to one day make a video about car mechanics and the next day a makeup tutorial. I mean experiencing things within your niche, or not way too far from it. But when you blow up on video 1, the whole phase gets skipped. So instead of evolving, you freeze. You keep repeating the thing that worked until you eventually get bored and move on. Or the best thing you can do is accepting that most of the viral crowd is leaving because they were never really your crowd, and basically start over. Slower like any YouTube journey, but more intentionally. And here's an idea that I'm gonna try myself if one of my videos explodes. Make this second video similar to what went viral, but change a little bit to what you originally wanted your second video to be. And with every upload, change a little bit. With that, you don't limit yourself to one topic, and the audience of the first video will still enjoy it. I hope it makes sense, because it does in my head. You can't be consistent without losing the traffic, but you should keep in mind that the audience that weren't built slowly mostly vanish just as fast as they arrive. Try to not upload them for 2 months because you burned out or life got complicated, and people who found you from that one viral video won't be there when you come back because, well, they don't know you. But people who found you on video 5 and watched your channel grow from nothing, who remembers when you had like 200 subscribers, those people will wait and will always come back. So if your first video flops, it may be a good thing, because now you get to build community. You get to experiment and find your voice, to figure out your style without a spotlight, making every mistake feel like the worst thing in the world. And when your videos eventually start to take off, and they will, you will know why. It won't feel like a like, it feel like earned, and you will have the roots to hold you steady when it gets hard, because you built something instead of just landing on top of it. And I know we all wish to skip the ugly phase, but in this phase we actually learn how to be creators. So keep going and learn while nobody's watching.